This is PLC2. How do I reach more people? That's the biggest and most agonizing question for most business owners. You may be a great coach or a leading expert, but if you don't have an audience to share your message with, you're probably struggling in your business right now. I know how frustrating that feels, and even worse, there are thousands of people who need your help who also feel stuck, hopeless, and frustrated because they don't know about you. Hi, this is Blana Lishinsky, and I am excited to talk to you again. When I quit my job years ago to stay home with my kids, everyone in my family thought I was crazy. You don't quit a perfectly nice job with benefits and a $30,000 salary. The truth is, I had no idea how I would get clients and replace my income, and I was scared. So I spent every moment marketing myself. I wrote articles, went to networking events, studied search engines, and celebrated every new client like it was my first. In my second year of working from home, I finally made $30,000. And I should have been happy and proud of myself because I had just replaced my salary. The problem was that I was completely exhausted and I had no time to be a mom. Fortunately, in my third year of business, I discovered something that would become a major game changer for me. It's the number one tactic that most top coaches, authors, speakers, and experts use to grow their business. The number one tool they use to massively grow their mailing list, get more clients, sell their products, and make a huge impact. That tactic is joint ventures. If you have joint venture partners, you always have people ready to support you and spread the word about your products and services. Hopefully you watched my last video where I talked about the most important decision we make as business owners and how joint venturing is the fastest way to get you in front of your ideal potential clients. I also shared how exactly why other business owners who may have been your competitors would be willing to introduce you to their customers. And the simple process that makes joint ventures work. If you haven't seen that video, please pause this one, go back to watch it. It will make so much more sense to you and you'll see why every successful entrepreneur is using joint ventures to grow their income and create impact. In this video, I'll show you exactly how to approach potential joint venture partners and get them to promote you to their client database. Imagine for a moment that dozens of leaders in your niche are emailing their audience about you and how awesome you are. Imagine tens of thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands of people all around the world learning about you. And they're not just learning about you, they are hearing about you from someone they already trust. So you show up not just as another option, but as their recommended resource. That's what this video is all about. I'll also reveal to you the 2 simple ways to get a yes from a JV partner and get them to promote you to their community, even if you have no mailing list and no product. I've been teaching joint ventures for a long time, and the most common misconception people have is that they need to have a big list to do joint ventures. This is simply not true, and today I will show you how you can do joint venturing and get clients fast, even if you're just starting from scratch. In the first video, I shared with you how I came from the former Soviet Union in the 90s as a classical musician and how I spent the first few years on food stamps because I didn't speak any English and couldn't get a job, and I was really scared and wasn't sure how I was ever going to survive here. Right about that time, there was a new crazy trend called computer programming. I hadn't ever seen a computer until I came to the States, but a computer degree guaranteed a great job. So I made a decision to say goodbye to my music career, which was my life since I was 8 years old. And I became a computer programmer. And just as promised, I got a job right out of college at $30,000 a year. No more welfare, no more food stamps, a dream job. It seemed like things were really working out for me. But then I became a mom. And a few years later, I became a mom for the second time. And I just wanted to be home with my kids. Plus, I couldn't find a good babysitter for my 2-year-old. So I'd be sitting at work, designing websites every day, wondering how my baby was doing. Maybe you were sitting at your job one day, worrying about your kids, wondering if they're okay, questioning the fact that some stranger is spending time with your kids and not you. So just 2 years after getting my dream job, I decided to quit my dream job and start a business so I could be a mom. My plan was to go back to work when my kids were older, but by the time my youngest one went to kindergarten, I was already making $250,000. So of course, I never went back to my $30,000 job. People ask me all the time, how did you go from being a music teacher with no business background to $250,000 in less than 5 years? The answer is joint ventures. I didn't know how to do market research, how to sell, how to create a business plan or develop a marketing strategy. But I did figure out that by being promoted to an audience of my ideal clients, I was going to make money and reach those people who needed my help. I didn't know it was called joint ventures yet, but I started shifting into this collaboration mindset. And it was exciting to see the results I was experiencing. So if you want to have a constant flow of leads, clients, and sales coming into your business all year long, giving you the financial security and peace of mind that we all want, then keep watching these videos. Doing joint ventures means that you'll be able to touch a lot more people with your work and impact lives like you've never imagined. I love what I do, and I love what my business has done for me and my family. My son is graduating from college completely debt-free. This could have never happened if it weren't for my business, so I'm totally grateful for it. But sometimes I just can't believe how many other people I've been able to reach and help through joint ventures. Millions of people have watched my videos, read my books, came to my events, quit the jobs they hated, became work-at-home moms and dads, became happy again, all because my JV partners introduced me to them. And I know you can create the same impact on your niche. So let me ask you a question. If you could get top JV partners in your niche to promote you to their audience, and as a result quickly and significantly grow your income and your mailing list, would you be willing to commit to this strategy? I hope you said yes, because I'm about to show you exactly how to do this. And the best part is that you don't actually need top JV partners with huge lists to make a significant impact on your business. You just need access to JV-minded business owners who are already talking to the people who are hungry for what you offer. And a little later, I'll reveal to you how to get access to all the JV partners you'll ever want. So let's get started. My business partner, Rich Gurman, and I have trained thousands of coaches and experts like you on how to master the art of joint ventures. We teach people the right way to approach potential partners and get a yes from them. Most people who haven't trained with us approach potential JV partners the wrong way. And if you do it the wrong way, sometimes you never get a second chance. Remember that commercial that said you never get a second chance to make a first impression? Well, that's true. And we want you to make the right first impression. So don't start with something like this. Hi, I'm Ilana Lashinsky. I have a great program and I pay great commissions. Would you promote me to your community? Rich and I have people approach us like this all the time. In fact, we get joint venture invitations every day, and many of them sound just like that. The problem is that you are a stranger to them. They've never met you before. They don't know you. And when you show up like this, all they want to do is get away as fast as possible. If you do this through an email, just one click on the delete button and they are on to the next thing, right? So here's the secret. Your potential JV partners don't care about the commissions or about your great products and services as much as they care about their relationship with you. Let me be clear, commissions, money is important. Creating great products and services that truly help people is very important, but most importantly, it's all about relationships. That's why you see business owners form alliances simply because they like each other. I remember meeting someone at a networking event and we really connected. We were both moms. We were both working in the same industry, and she just looked at me at dinner and said, we should really do something together. And we ended up co-creating a new program and marketing it together. I know Rich loves music, and I see him connect with people on that common interest all the time. They talk about their favorite artists, they share their playlists, and the next thing I know, I get an email from Rich, hey, guess what? Remember that guy from that event? He's our new JV partner. That's how it happens. We all know that people do business with those they know, like, and trust, but for some reason, when it comes to joint ventures, many of us forget that. So before you approach someone about a joint venture, build a relationship first. But how do you do that? How do you start a relationship with someone you find online or meet at a networking event? Many people get really nervous when they think about these questions. I know I do all the time. And what Rich likes to say is that when you are anxious or nervous, it's because you are focusing on you. When you shift the focus from you to them, everything changes. Your confidence soars, you feel good about connecting with them, and they can feel your commitment to support them. Can you see how this completely changes the dynamic of your conversation and opens them up to connecting with you? So let me share with you exactly how to approach a potential JV partner without feeling like you're asking for something. Rich gives people a brilliant strategy for starting a conversation with a potential JV partner. He gives a magic question to ask when you meet someone. It's a question that makes people instantly like you, even if they don't know you yet. Here's the magic question. How can I support you? How can I support you? Simple, right? But when was the last time someone asked you this question? It's very powerful. It opens the space for people to talk about themselves, and we love talking about ourselves. It also shows that you are truly interested in their success, and that makes them open up to you and eventually say, thank you for asking. How can I support you? That's how you build a relationship with a potential JV partner, and you may even end up making a new friend. In our training, Rich likes to say, try asking, how can I support you 1,000 times in the next year and see what happens to your business. I love that. So this is one way to get a potential JV partner to support you. Get into a conversation with them, build a relationship, and be helpful to them. It will open so many doors for you because people will see you as a resource. They won't see you as competition, but as someone who is interested in their success. Can you imagine what starts to open up for you when you lead with an interest in their success? Now, if you've been watching these videos and asking yourself, but why would someone promote me? I have no list, no name. Why would they even talk to me, right? And this is a very valid question. So I'm going to share with you another way to get a yes from a JV partner. This has worked amazingly well for me. In fact, that's how I got most of my JV partners for the first few years. I call it creating an opportunity. Creating an opportunity is when you create something awesome and invite other people in your niche to participate in it. Everyone loves being a guest expert because it's an opportunity to share their knowledge, get exposure, build their mailing list. It's absolutely irresistible, and most people will say yes to you, even if you don't have your own list or product. In fact, if you do this right now, they won't even ask you if you have your own mailing list. So let me give you 2 specific ideas for what you can create that would allow you to showcase your JV partners. You will be approaching people who in the past might have seen you as competition, but because you're creating an opportunity, they will see this as collaboration, making it much easier for you to approach people and get a yes. The first idea you probably heard before, telesummit. Maybe you've attended a telesummit before, and in case you're not familiar with what it is, a telesummit is an event conducted over a conference line like a teleclass, except it's multiple teleclasses and each one features a speaker. It's basically a bunch of experts coming together in a virtual setting to talk about their favorite topic. You see telesummits all the time on topics ranging from health to love to money, and many others. The magic of an event like this is when you are the organizer. You can get your guest experts to promote you to their audiences, which they're happy to do because they're being featured. And this is how you quickly build your own mailing list. If I can brag for just a moment, I actually invented the telesummit. I held my first coaching telesummit back in 2005, which was the first ever telesummit in the world. The idea came from pure selfish reasons. I had 2 small kids at home, couldn't attend any of the coaching events and conferences around the country, and so I created my own version of a coaching conference, an online version, and people loved it. Apparently there were many coaches just like me who couldn't or wouldn't travel, but they were happy to spend 2-3 hours a day on the phone participating in a virtual conference. The key to a successful telesummit is coming up with a great specific theme and interesting topics, and only then inviting guest speakers. I've seen many telesummits just featuring different experts, and it feels like they're throwing a bunch of guest interviews together. What you want to do instead is approach it like creating a training program. I came up with the 3 areas of coaching business that I wanted to cover: practice building, practice management, passive income. All 3 were important to coaches. And then I began inviting experts to cover a topic within each of these areas. Each guest speaker taught their topic and also promoted my telesummit to their list. Do you see how easy it would be to approach someone when you are giving them an opportunity to teach a topic that they're passionate about and get exposure to a highly targeted audience? I was incredibly nervous when I started inviting people to my first telesummit, but every single person said yes. And as a result, I added 2,300 new people to my database. I made over $40,000 in sales because I was also selling tickets to my telesummit. And most importantly, I started building relationships with dozens of JD partners. Most of them are still my JD partners and even friends 10 years later. So creating your own telesummit is a great way to get into a conversation with potential joint venture partners, because once you have them as your guest speakers, you can come up with more ways to work together and support each other. You also end up building your own mailing list and amazing credibility in your niche. Rich and I have seen dozens of our members in the JV Insider Circle pull off amazing telesummits. We love this idea. The second idea for creating an opportunity is similar to Telesummit, but it has a unique spin that you're going to love, and your potential JV partners are going to love it too. I call this Trends and Predictions event. It is a virtual event where you invite experts in your niche to share their thoughts about where your industry is going next, the biggest trends they've observed, predictions they're making for the future, and how to succeed in the next few years based on all of this information. I've seen an internet marketing predictions event, a real estate trends conference, and there are many others, both live and virtual, that focus on discussing industry trends and what they mean for the future of their industry. Now imagine being invited to an event like this. Would you be excited? Of course, because talking about industry trends positions you not only as an expert, but also as a leader in your field. And I don't know too many people that can say no to that. Regardless of what niche you're in, you can hold a trends and predictions step of an event. Parenting trends, weight loss trends, the future of marriage and relationships, spirituality, education trends, whatever your topic is, you can do this. I held my own predictions event a few years ago. It was called Coaching Boom. I invited 27 guest speakers to share their ideas about the future of the coaching industry. The event lasted 9 days, and 27 JD partners, all of those who were guest speakers, promoted to their audience. I had some really big names speaking at this event: Christian Michelson, Bill Barron, Charlotte Jacobs, Michael Port, and many others that I've always wanted to joint venture with. They all said yes to me. It was one of the most exciting virtual events I've ever done. And by the way, most telesummits are free, but I actually charged $500 to attend it, and people happily paid it because of how valuable and important this information was to them. If you do a search on trends and predictions right now in your niche, you will probably find some articles on this topic. But I love the idea of a virtual event much better because you get to personally interview experts and leaders in your niche. And these people will also become your JD partners and happily promote your event, because it's really exciting and important for people to hear that information. And all guest experts are usually very proud to be part of it. So do you see how creating an opportunity can get people in your niche excited to work with you? Even movers and shakers will want to come and play. I've been approached by some of the top names in my industry asking if they could participate too. That's how powerful this tactic is. So even if you're just starting out, you can still get joint venture partners. You don't need to wait to build a big business or create a product line. You just need to get excited about collaborating with others in your niche. So let me ask you, are you excited about joint ventures and what they can do for you? And if so, what is the biggest reason that you haven't done a joint venture yet? Rich and I would love to read your responses to this question so that we could truly help you succeed with this strategy. Post your answer in the comments below. Tell us what has been stopping you from doing joint ventures as part of growing your business. Maybe you didn't know about them, or you didn't know how to do them, or maybe it's something else. Just post your answers below. We read every single comment. So let's recap. To get a JD partner, even if you don't have a mailing list or a product line right now, you can do one of two things. Ask them the magic question, how can I support you? And build a relationship with them. Or you can create an opportunity to participate in something awesome like a telesummit or a trends and predictions event. It took me 2 years to get to $30,000 income and to build a list of 15 subscribers. 2 years. Then, in a matter of 4 weeks, I added 2,300 new subscribers to my list. And as a result of that, I had my first 6-figure year. That's over $100,000. This felt totally surreal to me, and I knew that doing joint ventures was the answer to growing my business faster than I ever could have on my own. Rich and I teach this stuff inside our community. We even do a special training on how to come up with a big idea that will attract dozens of JV partners to you. But you can come up with a cool idea tomorrow and start inviting guest speakers who will also become your JV partners and help you build your own mailing list. In the next video, I will talk about where you can find your JV partners and how to get them to promote you. They're everywhere, but you must know how to spot them. I've approached people in the past who had a big question mark on their faces when I started talking about joint ventures. You just need to know where to look and how to tell if they're open to collaborating. There are 4 specific places that I'll be sharing with you so you know exactly where to go and where to focus your attention. I'll make it really easier for you to find the right people in your niche, people who have influence and access to your ideal clients. I will also be giving you some specific examples of joint ventures so you can start seeing how it might work for you and get your creative juices flowing for ways that you could collaborate with other business owners in your niche. You know, sometimes I wonder what my life would look like if I still had a 9-to-5 job, and I'd probably be completely miserable and getting paid around $50,000 a year to tolerate my job. And most importantly, I would miss out on being a mom, waking up with my kids, greeting them from school, and being there when they needed me. I don't know where you are in your business right now. You may be doing great and getting all the clients you want, filling your coaching programs and workshops, and feeling totally financially secure. Or you may be like many coaches and experts out there working hard, trying to find your ideal clients, doing many different things to get noticed, but getting little results and struggling to grow your business. I started literally from scratch. No business experience of any kind, no speaking or product development experience, not even a basic understanding of marketing. I just wanted to stay home with my kids. And the first thing I remember is being completely overwhelmed with all the things I had to do to market myself. So when I saw the results from a single joint venture and the speed with which my list and income took off, I knew I would never struggle with making money again. That's why I decided that I needed to share this information with other people who were struggling just like me. And that's why I'm so passionate about teaching joint ventures and why I can't wait to share with you where you can find all the JV partners you'll ever need. So go ahead, post your comments below. Tell us why you may have not done a joint venture yet. And if you have already been doing them, what has been the biggest challenge so far? Share your comments below this video and be sure to come back and watch the next one. Thank you for watching.